Yo, 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 yo. Alright, this is gonna be a fucking disaster. I already know it. But we so fucking back. We are so fucking back. I forgot how much cooler I was when I drank alcohol. I was a fucking tool when I did nothing at all. Now I'm on command and I'm funner than fans, and I know that I am the best in the world when I cut the mic on. No, seriously. I'm gonna go smoke more, and then we'll be back, and I'll pour more buzzball. Fuck you. Oh, it's been a fucking hell of a month. It's been a hell of a month keeping secrets. I don't keep secrets well. But now I'm unburdened. Thank you, Sulk. No thanks, Mersh. In Sulk we trust. I'm gonna go bust. All right. Certain people are getting impatient. And that certain person that's getting impatient is the one person that is watching. And that is MGD. Sorry, just kidding. It's not MGD. I'm wasted. Don't listen to what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. It's my best friend. We keep things real around here. We don't keep things in the dark. Welcome to another episode of the Old Blind Molly Show. We did Corey Feldman not even about a half hour ago, and I was hammered from about a half of a big buzzball, which is about 4 to 4.5 buzzballs worth of booze. Now, back in the day, I was able to drink about a bottle. Not a buzzball. No. A bottle of Jim Beam Devil's Cut. That was a particular favorite of mine, as it was about a half the cost of my other favorite, which was Buffalo Trace. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for ruining Buffalo Trace. You used to be able to get that for about, I don't know, $23, $25 around where I live for like a fifth. And then, by the time the end of COVID came around, by the time the end of my heavy drinking days were coming to a close, if you could find Buffalo Trace, it was $40, sometimes more. I'm actually thinking about with great fondness right now. I'm thinking about the year had to have been. Oh, you know what? It was actually, I can tell you exactly when. It was the weekend before COVID. So what would that have been? Like March 14th, 15th, 2020? It was starting to become a real possibility that things were going to shut down. And I went on a trip with at my time girlfriend, and we stopped at a liquor store, and they had a rare cask event where it was like Eagle Rare bottles at market price that all came from just one cask, and the cask was in store, as like a promotional thing. I don't know. It might have all been bunk, but and each of them came in a special bottle, and it was the first time, by the way, in my life where I had money to burn. And so I remember being like, how many bottles of this do you got? And he's like, we've basically got like an entire cask worth for the store. It's like, I don't know however many bottles, but he said something astronomical. And, there's probably some big baller at some point that will watch this episode that has bought more booze at one point. But they had something like 50 bottles that they were selling at this for like, I don't know, $35. And I somehow talked him into buying like 10 or 12 of these bottles. And even then that was ethically pretty ambiguous, but I don't even know how it happened, but I drank a lot during COVID, but I savored those bottles. Anyways, I'm fucking wasted. This is the best story I've ever heard. I know that MGD is lying. Fuck it. I know she's lying. So let's get into it. Mersh, Mersh went on a cruise. We all know Mersh. We covered him once before, I think, on this channel, when he decided that he was going to punch a hole in the wall. It turned out the reason why, I don't even want to do this all of a sudden now. Like, I'm just realizing, like, I like Mersh. He's a nice guy, but fuck. This is all too crazy. This is all too much. MGD commenting, Kim commenting. This is too much. I can't do this.
Was Mersh indeed. The entire time when we were shooting videos and stuff like that, and like trying to like do interviews, and where was Mersh the entire time?
2014, when disaster struck.
I know. Do you?
Okay, so Mersh goes on this cruise, right? And it's like this whole, you know, if you know the Revenge of the Sith lore, I don't need to tell you, but like, Mersh lived on this guy named Royce's couch. And by couch, I mean, like, he had his own bedroom. Like, it wasn't fucking, like, it was more like a roommate situation. Like, everyone always tries to play it out like that Mersh was this guy that literally was just, like, homeless, living on a couch with his tennis shoes and one pair of jeans. Like, no, he had a bedroom. Like, he was a roommate. I don't know what the situation was, but like he gave Royce some money. He lived on the couch. You know. Look, you know, it's crazy out there if you want to buy a house. I'm lucky that I'm in the situation that I'm in. So I get it. Adults have roommates. It's not that big a deal. There was like 3 generations in human history where everyone had their own house. And it was all in America, and it was all between the years of like 1948 and 1997. And then, you know, it went back to the way it used to be where, you know, one person has a house and everybody else just rents from them.
Oh.
Celebration was departing Freeport.
He was in the head. He was seasick. No, he was not seasick. He was hanging out with Icedanc3. He brought Icedanc3 on the cruise, and she was hanging out with him.
Shut up, MGD. I understand that you don't need a more like radio introduction, but some of the people might. We got to think of the funk. We got to think of the simple man. You know what? You're right. Fuck him. Fuck him. If you don't know the fucking Mersh lore, you're a fucking idiot.
Him the entire time, and then there was like a lot of backfire with Marie and Jessica because so it kind of made it a little.
So anyways, I don't know who this guy is. He's new Mersh. He's like he is if Mersh decided to get ripped by August.
Awkward. Kind of made it a little awkward. Kind of made it extremely awkward. So that was a thing. So that was a thing the entire time. And since she felt so awkward, Mersh and fucking Icedanc3 stayed in there.
Okay, so fucking, if you don't know, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, Ice, whatever, MGD. You're a bitch. Love you. Love you, my best friend. Anyways, so if you don't know, I'm going to keep this one really short. Mersh and Icedanc3 met because of a recommendation from Nick Rekieta. So, you know, already a great start. Anyways, Mersh apparently didn't seem like he was that interested in her, but I'm gonna be honest. I think that he was really into her the entire fucking time. I think he really was fucking into her, but I think Mersh was scared. I think Mersh is scared when girls he think are pretty like him. Because I think Mersh suffers from a real lack of self. Anyways, so she ends up because Mersh won't fuck her, she says Ethan Ralph, convicted revenge pornographer Ethan Ralph, confirmed poop eater Ethan Ralph, confirmed 5'2" Ethan Ralph. If Mersh won't fuck me, surely he will, and he did. And then she said, "You know what? Never mind. Too crazy. I'll go back to Mersh if he'll take me." And Mersh said, "Yes." Somehow you fucking Ethan Ralph is like enough evidence that this isn't a fucking troll. And sure, I'll take a spot. I'll take a turn. And it worked. It worked for a while. They seemed happy. And then one night because I of course I became friends with Icedanc3. Everyone in the world became friends with Icedanc3. I said I haven't heard from one of the 5 or 6 people that I talk to in this universe in a while. I'm going to reach out to the good old Icedanc3. What's she up to? And then within about, 20 minutes of unprompted investigation, it turned out that she was going to leave Mersh for one of his supposed longtime friends, who it turns out he's only ever met once in his life. And it was more of he was a chatter relationship of that guy. So, me and Mersh, I guess, turns out we have different interpretations of the word longtime friends. Anyways, the point being, I found out she was going to leave him for this guy that Mersh thought was his longtime buddy. Anyways, I'm not going to get into the long details because Mersh just joined the chat. Did something happen? Sure, Mersh. You know what? Nothing happened. Anyways, point being, hope you're having a great day. Point being, I thought it got to a point where even as someone who, I never hated Mersh. I don't hate anybody on the internet. I mean, there's probably somebody that I hate on the internet, but like, you know what I mean? I don't get in deep with people in that regard. I like to keep it kind of, fun and flirty. The old Mike David light college style pranks. We keep it in bounds, no personal flags. Anyways, when I realized that old Mersh didn't know that something bad was about to happen to him in about 5 hours, I said, you know what? Why don't I give him a heads up that, Kevin Scampoli is currently live and talking about how he stole his bitch. And that he should probably be worried about the fact that Kevin Scampoli, who's claiming to have stolen his bitch, actually stole his bitch. Anyways, getting past all of that. Turns out our good friend Mike Moosh Mersh, when Kevin Scampoli fucked off back to wherever he lives, does he live in Vegas, Texas, New Mexico? Doesn't matter. By the way, Kevin Scampoli, can't wait till tomorrow, 5 o'clock my time. I'm going to be listening to your show. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. God damn. I'm in. I got grit. I'm with you. Fuck Mersh. You did the right thing. You did the right thing exposing all this. He's a good egg. Fuck you, Mersh. Bitch. No.
A room the entire cruise.
Anyways, you know what? We were going to play this guy. Fuck him. He's a fucking absolute bore. This guy fucking sucks. What's his name? The Big Sulk. Hold on. You know what? Never mind. We need to hear a couple minutes of this douchebag.
The entire
I'm with Mersh on this, guys. His friends suck.
cruise. I mean, he did come out once or twice, right? We got to talk to him and we were like, "How you doing, man?" and shit like that. But like, it was a very awkward situation when Ice was around, because it's not about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give two hot fucks what goes on in another man's personal life. But
Me either. Anyways, so Mersh decides to take this girl back, and Godspeed to him. Like, you know, I gotta say, like, Mersh doesn't seem like the type of guy that wants a girl who has a wandering eye. Mersh seems like a guy who, for all his faults and all his claims that he cheats on all his bitches, Mersh just seems like a guy who wants to have a nice meal with a lady and then some mediocre sex and then, you know, watch a stream and go to bed. And no fault to him. That sounds like a lovely evening to me every once in a while as well. But it seems like he's barking up the wrong tree with this fucking girl and taking her back. Like, she does need that Kevin Scampoli type of guy. The kind of guy who's just like gonna treat her poorly. And
but like, Marie and Jess, they had a bit of a thing about it. Right? And so I'm just like, I want to have a good time. That's all I wanted. That I wanted to have a good, and I did. Admittedly, I had a good time. I really did. Me and Roy.
We're all very glad you had a good time. Fuck.
But we didn't get
let's
to see
have more
Mersh.
buzzball.
We didn't get to see Mersh. We saw him once or twice. I think one good time we got to sit down with him and actually have a conversation.
All right, I guess I keep pausing.
Which was fun, which, you know, but it was just, you know, Icedanc3, she's a little weird. And I think she definitely knows the emotions going on with Marie and Jessica.
All right, so this I don't get. And Mersh, who was in the chat, he's gone now. Or MG's gone. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyways, the point being, Mersh, I've tried explaining this to him privately, but it doesn't take. So I understand that this is also not going to take, and that this is probably going to be counterintuitive to me continuing to talk to him, because I have been a long time person, and I'm talking like I've been someone, and I don't hate Mersh. Like, I already said that, I know. I don't hate Mersh. I actually think that Mersh is a fine enough guy. Like, I've never seen anything that he's done that's irredeemable. You know, I do try to see the good in everybody, and I don't think that he's awful. I like Mersh, but like, sorry, I'm hammered.
And what she did with Mersh and stuff like that. And now she's on a fucking cruise with us. And now it's like, oh, I don't care. But I knew if he brought her, he would be sitting in his fucking room the entire time. And what did I fucking tell you? Or what did I know? I didn't tell you. I didn't tell anybody this. Because it was just like, oh, maybe she won't come. Maybe she'll come. She did come.
So Mersh, this wasn't like a last second thing. Mersh knew that she was coming for a longer period than all the other people knew. And he. I don't know when they knew. That's the thing, is that I get the sense that, like, because having talked to Mersh through a lot of this stuff, it's like, I don't know how much I want to say, because I'm sorry, I'm an idiot, but it's like, you can tell that he's dry running you through a scenario that he's already committing to. And it's just, at some point, you just want it to be like, okay, why don't you just tell me that this is what your plan is? And not like, quit wasting my time acting like it's not, like acting like you're not going to just do it no matter what I say. If I agree with you, you're going to be happy that someone's like thinking that your plan is great. If I disagree, I'm a hater, and you were right all along. Like, it doesn't matter what I think. You're going to do what you want to do.
She did come. I think we actually went out to dinner with them once. She put a fucking stuffed animal on the table. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So, Rhea says, someone say psych, please. No, this is not a psych at all. I thought, dude, if it was a psych out in like.
Hi, Metal. We changed time. Well, I think what happened, you were watching, I think you were with us through the first Corey Feldman one. And then we fucked up. Not we fucked up. I fucked up. I hit the fucking hotkey button, and I forgot that there was an OBS. It's not. Anyways, I'm drunk. We did a whole Corey Feldman show without you. We had new viewers. It was great. Anyways, we're on to Mersh. I'm wasted. So, okay, I want to defend the plushie thing. I do want to defend the plushie thing. Because the claim is out there right now with this guy that, like, and by the way, if he defends it or says like otherwise, I'd be happy to hear the argument. But the whole bane of contention here is that Icedanc3 brought out a plushie and had it sit with them at a dinner table like it was another guest. Like a kid with their own little stuffed toy. I'm okay with someone taking a picture of their little plushie on the chair, and then you put it back in your purse or back in the gift bag that you got it in. It's a fun little novelty picture that you take on a vacation. That's innocuous. That's totally fine. Taking the one or two pictures of the plushie, doing activities around the boat on a cruise. Nothing wrong with that, sir. Now, if she had a full fucking meal with it out and was talking to it like it was a fucking, living organism, we might have a conversation, but I've seen no evidence that she was treating it like it was a fucking, autonomous creature.
Like Mersh was like, JK, JK. I'd be like, okay, you're fucking crazy, dude. You got me. But no, he brought her. She was there. She was weird. And again, I am like the nicest guy. I am absolutely cordial. I can forgive and forget very easily, especially when I've had a few drinks. But that I wasn't the issue. I wasn't the issue. And neither was Royce or anything like that either. But there was a certain toxicity. There was a certain uncomfortable motif, an ambiance floating through the air. Because, and look, Icedanc3 does
What up, man?
completely deserves it. Deserves it.
All right, I'm okay. This is going to be a bone of contention because we're only going to listen to a few minutes of this guy. He's a tremendous fucking bore. But we just need enough background before we move on to Mersh that'll make this worth it. Anyways, I agree that like with Mersh that Icedanc3 doesn't owe these guys an apology. But she should have never been brought on the cruise, especially, look, at the end of the day, morally, do I really give a shit if she was going to like cheat on him or do anything? No, I don't give a fuck about that. But I understand why the people that are really close to him, the people that have had a years-long investment in his life, why them listening to him bemoan what happened, like that he just brings her back and then takes her on a group vacation just willy-nilly. It does deserve some form of explanation. It does deserve some form of like, you just spent weeks to us complaining about how you've never been done worse, and then you want to bring her on a days-long trip with us and act like we treat her like nothing ever happened? That's what I don't get.
It's the girls, right? It was. I was just. It's just like, and so it was fucking weird. Not that it was weird. We had a great time, but that's why Mersh isn't in any of the pictures. That's why Mersh didn't show up to any of the pictures, and like he's not going to be in a lot of the videos. I think there's going to be a clip of him doing a thing for a minute, but most of the time he was in his cabin with Ice, and also he's kind of a night owl, and I went to bed by like midnight most nights. So and he pulls all nighter. So maybe he was out, from midnight to like 5 a.m. Maybe that's what they were doing. But that doesn't matter because we weren't. Nobody else was doing that. Couchturner just says she's the worst. I was like having a good time, and I forget what happened exactly, but I gave Icedanc3 a high five. Again, I'm a nice guy. I'm easy to hang out with, right? I don't want there to be no problems. I give her a high five, and then Jess is like, ew, you touched her. And me being drunk.
I mean, unbelievable. Look, once again, Mersh shouldn't have brought her on this fucking trip. Apparently, everybody in his entire fucking life told him that it was a bad idea. But as we're going to hear when we get to him in just a couple minutes, I promise we're not going to go much longer with this guy. I understand he's a tremendous bore. Yo, Bibley, what up? Get Dave Sarah on here. He could do paragraphs between Serenity's words. I'm doing this, you ever listen to Ron and Fez? We're doing this long-term storytelling. The pauses are the show. And I'm also hammered. We started drinking again, Bibley.
I burst into laughter because that's fucking hilarious. It was like it was weird. It was weird.
I don't doubt that either, by the way. Like, it was a bad fit regardless of what would happen. Like, she's whatever, 26, 27. I forget how old she is all the time. But like, she's a young girl. It's completely different cultures and generations. I mean, I'm mid-30s now. And the people that are like 5-6 years younger than me, it's a stark difference between like what our lives were growing up. Like, the first iPhone came out when I was probably 14 or 15. You know, that's a completely different universe than the kids that had an iPhone when they were fucking in 3rd grade.
So yeah.
Meanwhile, they're fucking 45. Mersh is bringing her along after this fucking horrible ordeal.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys? Rhea says she's a bad person. I'm not saying nothing.
Oh, Bibley asks, morning drinking or still up drinking? Still up drinking. Got a late start too. It's vacation. It's vacation drinking. It's also like I did almost 2 years without it. Well, 18 months. Let's call it 18 months. I went 18 months with like 3 or 4 drinks. And I'm still not even drinking that much. We having a good amount. We doing fine.
I ain't saying shit. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying shit. I'm not saying she's a bad person, although there is a lot of evidence pointing in that direction. A lot of it. But it doesn't matter, right? Because everything I heard about her could have been completely untrue, right? I will give people the benefit of the doubt like that. Everything that I heard about her, which was numerous things, numerous heinous things, could have been untrue. However, that doesn't matter to me in the moment because you bring a weird energy into the circle. We're all having a good time and everyone fucking clams up and then stares at you. And it's like,
Okay, but that's also like a you guys issue. Like, I get that, like, I get that you want to stick up for your buddy, but like at the same time, you're all middle-aged. You got fucking kids that are walking in on your stream, homie. It's like, I understand being standoffish towards the girl after all this. I understand not wanting to fucking be her homie. But, I mean, as Mersh is going to get to, like, and this is so fucking Mersh. Like, this is what a fucking dill hole this guy is. Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe if I go smoke a cigarette, my friends will like my girlfriend when she's sitting there. Meanwhile, what happened is, and we're going to get to it, like I said, he goes off to go to the smoking deck because he can't go 45 minutes without nicotine. And then his fucking 45-year-old friends say, fuck this, let's go get pizza. And not tell the poor girl that's been hanging out with us because of the long-term friend we have. Our long-term friend, the girl he brought along as his +1. We're going to just, silently all go get up and get pizza. And we're not going to say anything to her. It's going to be hilarious. Because then she's going to have to decide, does she just follow us, or does she just sit at this table until the fucking doofus comes back that we pretend to like in 10 minutes? Ah! What a fucking funny joke. Like, at some point, like, I understand. You feel fucking defensive that your buddy got cheated on by this fucking girl, but, like, at what point is the mean girl shit just, like, more indicative on your lack of character? I don't know. It's getting pretty dangerous to me.
I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like that. But then she doesn't exactly help the situation when she's in it, right? Because then she says weird shit. She says weird shit on top of that. Like, you guys should.
Oh, okay, man. I don't disagree that they're embarrassed of her, but, like, it's more a respect thing from Mersh at that point, right? Like, if you're as close to him as you act, like Mersh and Royce pretend like they're fucking brothers. Like, I get it. I wouldn't fucking, if I was in the same situation, I would fucking resent my buddy for bringing her along. But when we go to get a slice of pizza, it's not like she was the fucking holding court of the conversation. Like, she can just go tag along to the fucking free pizza buffet at the cruise. She wasn't bothering anybody that we know of. It just basically seems like a fucking someone who, had any of this not happened, she probably would have been still in the same situation. They probably would have been nice enough to at least let her tag along, but it's not like they would have involved her in the same spot.
This and stuff. Like, what the? And she's all like, you guys want me dead. You guys hate me and shit like that. And I'm just, not coming from me. Not coming from me. Cool guy John was a nice guy the whole time. And I knew I...
Okay, but at some point, guys, it's not about feelings. It's not about fucking it's not about right or wrong. It's just about being a civil adult. And being a civil adult when you're on a group vacation is that sometimes you put up with people that you're not exactly a fan of. And especially if that person isn't fucking just derailing everything by being the biggest cunt on earth, then you just kind of deal with it. These are supposed to be like beyond middle-aged adults at this point. That they couldn't just put aside the pettiness for 3 days. It says everything about, by the way, everyone involved. And I'm not trying to fucking like simp for Icedanc3 because she's the youngest person on the cruise, but she has realistically the least life experience. So she's the least responsible. I mean, if everyone else has, I don't know how many people were on the cruise. 7, 8. if everyone then has a 12.5% share, kick hers down to like 9, and then everybody else gets another 0.5%.
Would be, because I'm very easy to get along with. But it was weird.
And then take that 0.5% that I just gave to everybody else and add it to Mersh. Mersh is the most responsible for this. You shouldn't have brought her on the cruise. Just because and that's, by the way, because we're going to get to the whole fucking Mersh at some point. Who knows? This might be 10 hours. But at some point, Mersh, as I told you fucking 2.5 weeks ago or some point, at this point, just don't fucking bring her on the cruise. I understand that it's better to you that you not be lonely on the cruise, but you're kicking up a hornet's nest that you don't really need. And trust me, not getting your dick sucked 2 times because you didn't bring this girl on the cruise is going to be a lot less of a headache than you ruining everybody else's time. And you can act and you can say, no, I didn't ruin everybody else's time. But this bore that, and we won't get to the time that he says it because he's a fucking loser. Just kidding. I don't care. Whatever, Sulk, whatever your name is, I don't care. You're not a loser. You're just, I don't care. You're an idiot. Faggot. Anyways, point fucking being, Mersh, you didn't need to bring this fucking stupid bitch on the fucking cruise. It was a headache for everybody. It might have been 20% less fun for you because you didn't get your dick sucked, unless Frozen Asian was feeling up to it. But you probably wouldn't have had, everyone airing out your business. You probably wouldn't have had everyone seeing the little plushie sitting at the cute little table at dinner.
You know? It was weird. The few times we did see them, it was weird. It was uncomfortable. It was awkward. And I knew it would be. I knew she was coming before we got onto the boat. And we were all in agreement that might not have been the best idea. We all were like, I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think that's But she did come. And Mersh spent the entire time in his cabin. Like, the majority of his time in his cabin. Which was a fucking bummer.
I believe that too, by the way. I see Mersh is in the chat. So hilarious how Ice and I are legit the only ones not being fucking psychos about this. I don't think I'm being a psycho. I'm definitely being the what you call parasocial, but you also involved me in all of this, so that is what it is. But whatever. I signed up for it, I guess. But I also don't think that I'm being wholly unfair to you, Mersh. I don't feel like I'm saying things that are unfair. Like I'm not sitting here saying that you're evil for bringing her. I get it. You wanted to have the girl along for the trip. You wanted to have the couple's vacation. You wanted to feel like you wanted to feel like you were finally with, Royce and in his level, having a long-time partner. I get it. It's fucked up that it happened how it did, fucking whatever, a month before this big trip. I know you were looking forward to it. It sucks. I'm sorry. Still could have saved yourself your 20-year friend and his co-host then going on his his stream the fucking day you guys got off the fucking boat, talking shit about you guys with his wife? Probably could have saved yourself from that had you not brought her. You guys could have gone and seen another movie without saying another word to anybody. You guys wanted to get caught.
Dude, which is a bummer because we wanted, like, you know, I wanted Mersh to be out with us, having a good time. And it's not like, again, I cannot stress enough how this was not on me, how this was not coming from my angle. I was perfectly like cordial. And I was polite, you know, but she's got to be fucking autistic or something. And I like, because I don't think she picks up on like social cues all that well and doesn't know how to like blend in a group. You know, some people have that talent. Some people can just kind of blend into a scenario and they're just.
All right, that just sounds like sour grapes with this guy. That like just that there's an age gap. And especially with this, I don't know what it is with like, are they older millennials? I don't know how old this guy is. He's between like 40 and 45. Let's call it that. That's the Mersh and Royce age group. They just, they don't get people even older than them, and they don't get people younger than them. It is what it is. Like, these people were never going to get along with her in the first place. And then all this bad blood that came from the last. By the way, I looked at it yesterday. It was 34 days. And I said yesterday, but it was 2 days ago. So 36 days ago, all this stuff started. 36 days ago, Icedanc3 told Mersh she was dumping him. And didn't tell him that she was dumping him for Kevin Scampoli. Just, you know, that things weren't going to work out. All of this has happened within essentially 5 weeks.
It's like, yeah, all right, I'm one of these people now. She's not one of those. She's not one of those. Like, Mersh would like go by and be like, yeah, I'd hang out with you guys, but I got to take Icedanc3 to the arcade. For real, dog?
Okay, that's another thing that I want to defend. And also at some point, I am going to have to take a piss. On account of the buzz balls. And also all the water that I'm drinking to back it up. You know, I used to shoot straight whiskey, no problem. Now I need fucking water to help me drink buzz balls. Anyways. Point being. I forgot what the point being was.
She's not one of those. Like, Mersh would like go by and be like, yeah, I'd hang out with you guys, but I got to take Icedanc3 to the arcade.
Okay. I remember my point. Thank you. Whew. Replay helps. God damn. All right. Mersh and Icedanc3. Apparently, he only stayed over at her house like 2 or 3 times the entire time they dated. And then she would stay the night whenever she would stay, which was, I don't know how many times they hung out. The point being, they never went on a long-term trip together. And what happened is that they went on a cruise, and I get that there was maybe a couple of single guys like Frozen Asian and a few other people. I don't know. I don't know the fucking whole itinerary and manifest. But Mersh and Icedanc3, essentially, they went on their first couples vacation on a group friends couple vacation. And that never works out. Because, you know, Royce and Marie and this guy and his wife, they've probably been on like 50 vacations as a couple together. This is old hat to them. But yeah, Mersh and fucking Icedanc3, it's their first time spending fucking 4 or 5 days together, however long the cruise was. Yeah, they want to go to the fucking arcade. They want to go to the casino. They want to go see a show together. My entire point comes down to, and we'll get to fucking Mersh after we take a bit of a break. But like, all of these people had different expectations of what their vacation would be.
For real, dog? You can't fucking chill out and have a drink with us? Because you gotta take Icedanc3 to the fucking arcade? With a pocket full of quarters?
Exactly, Sam. Taking your girlfriend to the arcade, it's cute. It goes back to the same thing with the fucking the picture of the fucking stupid plushie. It was cute. You take a picture of the plushie to remember the trip, to remember the shitty buffet. It's a cute little ordeal.
And then we just disappear. And so it was like we never saw him. We never saw him. We maybe spent an hour out of the entirety of the trip hanging out with Mersh. And me and Frozen and fucking Marie and Royce and shit like that. And Jess, obviously. We had a blast. We had a great time. The cruise was fucking gross. The cruise was gross. The people on it were gross. It was a cheap cruise.
Degrees of
right?
success. They carried on with the ultra budget business model with these older ships. Following the pandemic, though, it seemed as though their
All right, so we're going to skip a few minutes because this guy is gay. And Sulk, if you watch this, whatever. You're probably, well, you know what? You're friends with Royce and Mersh. You're probably not a nice guy. All right, okay. I realize what I'm doing here. I don't know if I've mentioned this a few times or not, but I am actually legally blind. So finding the cursor can be a bit of a bitch.
Work stuff aside, we're having fun.
Okay, all the cats need to get out.
Well,
All the cats need to get out. Get out.
undergo a multi-million-dollar renovation. Margaritaville already had a partnership with Norwegian Cruise Line with
Don't
Nope.
care. Don't
Fuck
care.
that noise. Nope. She gonna fucking push her face right. God damn it, dude. I'm here. Yeah, we can tell.
All right, never mind. Never mind. We're giving up on this fucking son of a cunt. All right. So here's the deal. I've drank like 4 times in the last 18 months. And this has been by far the heaviest night. So I'm going to go take a piss. I'm going to go smoke some weed. You guys can figure out what the fuck you guys are doing with your life. If you're staying here, if you're going elsewhere, you know what? It's up to you. It's between you and God. Anyways, I appreciate the view. You guys remember the magic bullet? They still sell them. But we're going to play a little bit of the infomercial. And I'll be back in probably about 7 or 8 minutes. And we will get to Mersh's response, which was the entire point of this. And will probably still take us like 4 to 5 hours to get through. All right. Be right back.
Introducing a Magic Bullet, the personal, versatile countertop magician that does any job in 10 seconds or less. Turn ice, fresh fruit, and a splash of juice into a delicious, nutritious fresh fruit smoothie or protein drink in just 8 seconds. Grind whole coffee beans, coarse or fine, for fresh ground coffee in just 4 seconds. Everyone who calls in the next 12 minutes will get this amazing bonus, which turns your magic bullet into the Bullet Blender with the same power and capacity as this big $100 blender. Call now and you'll also receive as a second amazing bonus the Extractor Kit, which turns your magic bullet into the Bullet Juicer that turns fresh fruit and vegetables into delicious, nutritious juice just as easily as this $200 juicer. But it goes right into the dishwasher, so cleanup is a breeze. Call or log on now to get the 17-piece Magic Bullet system for only $99.95 or just 5 easy payments of only $19.99. If it doesn't do any job in 10 seconds or less, simply return it for a full refund of the purchase price.
Hey, how you feeling this morning? Look who's coming.
Good morning, Berman.
God, not so loud.
Here, what about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
Oh, he's just kidding, Berman. Go ahead, try it. It's a fruit smoothie.
Morning.
That looks good. Can I have one of those?
Yeah, me too. What kind do you have?
What kind would you like? He's got strawberry and banana.
Got any berries?
Sure, I've got berries. I've got some raspberries. I've got some blueberries. I've got some strawberries. Here you go. Watch this. Little bit of juice. Not finished yet. Pop in some ice. Pop on the blade. Give it a quick spin. And just watch. It takes about 3, 4, 5 seconds. And look at that. A beautiful mixed berry smoothie in less time than it takes you to say it. Look at that.
Thank you.
What is that, a personal smoothie maker?
Hey, it is if you want it to be.
Any chance of getting a real breakfast?
How about an omelet? I'll just take a couple eggs. How many you want?
2. I think
2 is good, okay. And then what next?
Some ham.
Great.
Tomato.
Tomato, okay. How about that?
Okay, some onion.
Onion.
Ooh, and cheese.
Everything then, right?
Okay,
You want
yes,
everything.
everything.
Okay. I understand. Okay, we'll just pop this on. Now watch. I'm chopping the ham and veggies, grating the cheese, and whipping the eggs, all in 3 seconds. The machine that just made those smoothies for Berman and Fred will make an omelet for you, Ike.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Now, while that's cooking, can I interest anybody in any coffee?
Where's your coffee grinder? I'll help.
Oh, sit down and relax. We don't need a coffee grinder because in less than 10 seconds, we're gonna have fresh ground coffee. You ready? Now, whether you like a regular grind or let's say extra fine for espresso, in just seconds, you're done. Now look at that. In no time at all, fresh ground coffee. It smells good, yeah? Now, I'm just gonna get this coffee started.
Here you go, Ike. A light, fluffy omelet done just the way you like it. Ah, there's my oven.
Wow, that was fast.
And what would breakfast be like without your favorite type of fresh baked muffins?
Did somebody say muffins?
Yes, we did, Hazel. And since I like banana and walnut,
And I like mine with fresh, ripe blueberries.
it takes no more time or trouble to make 2 or 3 different kinds of muffins than it does to make one.
So now, everybody gets exactly what they want.
Hang on a second. You just blended a bunch of smoothies, you whipped up an omelet, you ground coffee, and you mixed up 2 different types of muffin batter in that thing. What the heck is it?
It's the Magic Bullet.
The personal, versatile countertop magician.
Countertop magician?
That's right, because it works like magic. All you do is choose your blade,
It comes with 2.
twist it on, put the bullet in the power base, and press. As long as you're holding it down, it stays on. When you want it to stop, let go.
Or press and twist, and it stays on for a hands-free operation. When you want to turn it off, simply twist it back.
Wow, that's a lot easier to use than all the appliance contraptions we got for wedding gifts.
That's right. And look at this. Unlike these complicated machines, yeah, that are so big and clumsy, they just end up living in the back of the cupboard. Watch this. The Magic Bullet takes up no more room on your countertop, look at that, than a regular-sized coffee mug.
So you're gonna leave it on your counter and you're gonna want it there because you're gonna use it every single day.
Come on, Meme. Every single day?
Several times a day, because it'll do any job in the kitchen in 10 seconds or less.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
Well, let me ask you, what is the worst job you have to do in the kitchen?
And almost every meal starts with it.
Chopping garlic. Stinky, nasty garlic.
Well, Hazel, it's not so nasty anymore. Watch. Toss your garlic into the bullet. It takes a second to put together. All you do is give it 1, 2, 3 seconds.
And in less time than it takes to get out a cutting board and a knife, you've got freshly chopped garlic. No mess, no stink. But you know what? The worst job for me is chopping onions. I don't know about you guys, but it makes my hands stink for days, my eyes tear. I just can't stand it, but not anymore. With this, there's no time to cry. Watch this. And in 1, 2, 3 seconds, you've got perfectly chopped onion. Look at that. And it goes straight from here into the pan. Look at that.
Oh, watch this, because this is what I do just before the big game. Throw about 5 or 6 cherry tomatoes in there. They're the ones I like, because they've got all the flavour. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of jalapeno, throw in an onion, a little bit of cilantro. Don't forget the blade just takes a second to put on. And watch this. And in 1, 2, 3 seconds is all it takes. And are you ready? Look at that.
Delicious salsa, you guys, ready to eat.
Let me see that.
All right, Berman, here you go.
It really is so easy to use. You're going to use it every single day.
For every meal, have it a quick, tasty lunch from leftovers. I've got some grilled chicken here from last night's barbecue. And I'm going to put in some apple, some raisins, a squeeze of mayo.
Just to spice it up a bit, my favorite, a little bit of curry powder.
Curry powder for everything. Then I'm going to twist this on.
And watch, it chops the chicken, dices the apples, and mixes everything together all at once in 4, 5,
6 seconds.
In less time than it takes to toast the bread.
You've got gourmet chicken salad. Freshly made and ready to serve.
And that is a 6-second lunch. But watch this. If you've got any leftovers like we have here, simply screw on the bullet stay fresh resealable lid over to the fridge, and now you've got some curry chicken salad for tomorrow.
If only
Fuck you. All right, welcome back. I'm sitting there. I'm enjoying myself. I've started smoking a vape this weekend. I started drinking Buzzballs a few weekends ago. We back, baby. We back, MGD. What did you say? Anyways, point being, I almost got distracted. I almost just kept watching as a chatter. I was like, you know what? This is a mighty fine program. Who would procure the magic bullet fucking infomercial for us to all watch as they took a break? What a genius. All right, anyways, fuck this guy. We're moving on. Because this guy, after essentially making what was a private matter very much public, Mersh last night, God bless him, decided to go live and give a retort. And now, I feel like I spent a good portion of that last clip talking shit about this Salt guy. But I'm sure if memory serves me right, that my responses towards poor Mersh, who is, he's not watching right now, of course, but he was earlier. I'm sure I will find a way to upset him.
Social Observer for 10 says, got some splaining to do. Who, me? What? Me?
Let's have some splaining to do. Let's pour some more. Holy shit, it's 6 a.m. Let's pour some more Buzzball. That's a heavy pour.
What about? What are we talking about? What do I have to explain? First of all,
damn it, Mersh,
Social
shut up.
What is it you feel I have to explain? And two, who the you think I have?
Go away. It's 8 in the morning. It's 9 in the morning where you are. Shut up. Go away. Go to bed.
Any explaining to do too? Those are two very important questions that you're gonna have to answer, sir, for me. One is, who exactly do I owe an explanation to about anything? And two, what am I explaining? What did I do? What did I do, and who did it offend?
Everyone on the cruise.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess I'm not gonna make a whole goddamn ordeal about this, but I saw John's stream. Well, I saw John's various streams, and I'm certain.
Shut up. I didn't get alerted to the fact that I hadn't fucking changed the screen before I did it. All right? I'm going to take that as a W.
I'm not gonna make a whole show of this because I have plenty of shit I want to get into tonight. Plenty of regularly scheduled Nightwave shit. I saw John's stream from yesterday, and I saw some of his stream from tonight. And all I'm gonna say is, it would have been nice if if some of these feelings had been expressed to me beforehand.
100%. Absolutely. I 100% agree that your buddy doing this. Look, the fact that I have held, as someone who, by the way, like Mersh thinks that I hate him. I don't. I think Mersh is he's not an evil guy. He's not a bad guy. I don't think he's a good guy. But he's by no means like a menace to society. If he needed a character witness in a trial, I'd probably give it to him depending on the charge. That being said,
or even afterwards, off the air, I was, needless to say, a little less than pleased, and I thought that it was.
That being said, I would have personally, even if I wanted to, I would have never blown up his spot in any regard like this that he went on the cruise with Icedanc3. And this is a guy who literally sits in the same chair that he does at least like 2 or 3 times a week. Sure, they don't hang out every day. This other guy's a part of his Royce's day show. I tried watching yesterday to see if there was any strife after the cruise, and I made it about 30 seconds before I said, you know what, I could do other things with my life. Anyways, like I said, I owe legitimately nothing to Mersh. I've been someone who, for literally years of my life, has watched from afar. Never close. Like, I don't really go after anybody that I watch online. I don't go after their life. I don't care. It's not what I want to do. I want to fucking do everything to keep the entertainment going. So try to, don't call the people that they work with. Don't do that shit. Even if you look into it. I can think of one person that I've watched on the internet where I was like, when I found out more about their personal life, that I was like, well, I'm curious, I'm going to look into it. And then never did anything with it. Because that would be fucking... It was creepy enough that I was fucking doing that. Let alone if I would fucking contact somebody to try to get something to happen in their life. That's insane to me. That's, you know what, we all have our different limits.
It was a tad bit feminine to air this shit on the air like that. Just my opinion about it. And the only other thing I'm gonna really say about this,
God damn it, we all missed the karmic era. We all missed the brown couch. All right, I'll say it. Fuck it, I'm drunk. So I found karmic. I'll tell you the exact day. Well, maybe the exact day. It was either April 25th or 26th. He deleted the episode. I had it bookmarked. I never watched the episode beforehand that I found him, so that's how I always knew which day it was. So it was either April 25th or April 26th. And fuck. I was hooked. I was hooked that night, and fuck, when he came back the next day, it was on. Best 5-6 month stream. Like, just he had a couple misses in that period, but like from pretty much May 1st to like October, god damn, he was the Beatles, man.
is that definitely not everything he said is true. Is he lying? No. Am I calling him a liar? No. But I definitely will say that there were quite a few things that John said that were, and I'm not going to say necessarily were lies, but definitely incorrect. He was incorrect about quite a few things. So, but that's all I'm going to say about it. You know, unless pressed further, but yeah, I certainly didn't like how it was handled, and I certainly didn't like that it was handled on the air. And again, there was
no shit.
There was quite a few moments where I was going like, that's not true. So, and honestly, if you watch the yesterday's stream, there were quite a few times where he seemed to straight up contradict himself. So, you know, I don't know what the purpose of all that was, but
all right, hold on. Sorry. Mr. Panhandler, hello? Oh shit, perfect. All right, so one of the big new transitions of the show is that I got this stream deck. And I found out last night that like you can make all the buttons pictures instead. Because before, when I was like, I'd be looking at it. And mind you, I have this attached to a mount. It's like 15 inches from my face. So I can't see shit. I'm fucking blind as fuck. Anyways. But now that I have it as pictures, all my drops, they can just all be pictures. And, you know, Mr. Panhandler, he shows up every once in a while. He asks, is this a chat show? And as I can now see what has happened, he goes, you know why I'm here. Let's see my girl. Psych, bitch.
I'm bold. Little bitch won't ride it. Told the bitch don't get out her body. Get right beside me. I'ma get in that thing, get it sliding. This bitch making me feel erotic. She gotta get on this rocket. I don't give a fuck about her mileage. And her grandma related to the whinings. Ooh, that's the shit that I like. You a church girl, bitch, you like Christ. You ain't never had probably at least not this kind. I'ma fuck you all night off a perk. Off a perk back. Yeah, leave bitch with the hurt back. What a work. What a work at. My young niggas waking up to serve. They wanna see me do my dance in these $1,000 pants. Don't disrespect me and my mans. Baby, whole lot of choppers on your ass. Scram, we just putting dollars on your head. Snitching ass nigga gave his mama to the feds. Little brother, big brother, side I got the dress. DZ, DT, side I keep the bands. Little bitch can't keep her pussy on my hands. Got a real hood rat sookie on my hands. Host like.
All right, perfect. I had to piss.
I don't know. He got clipped, so good for him. Social Observer for 10. Sorry. You started this shit. Finish it. Again, if you're going to pay $10, you can use more words. All right? Get your money's worth. Stop being cryptic. I started this shit. Finish it. I don't know what that means. I genuinely don't know what. And I'm not being coy. And I'm not being cute, so you send more donos. I really don't know. Like, there we go. Here's a longer one. For 10, the main thing is you omitted the fact that she was coming on board, Captain. We can't fund a pirate ship this way. All right, well.
I did not wash my hands.
The people.
There was no reason to.
Let me make this clear. The people who were going to have to deal with her being on the cruise all knew that she was going to be on the cruise. And the people who...
All right, so this is my first problem, is that when did they know, Mersh, by the way, that she was going on the cruise? Because, like, you know, did you tell all of these people as they were, like, leaving their house day of? Or did you tell them, you know, with 5-6 days of advanced knowledge? Because that would be a big, you know, difference.
Who, again, anyone who was going to be there.
Oh no, I got found out. What have I been watching? We're going to watch a Hulk Hogan body cam. Unfortunately, I do get caught with these old Carl clips. Look, I'm a Carl hamburger hater, but you know, what can I say? Middle of the night, 3 a.m. something auto plays. What am I guilty? Of course, Blind Mike. I'm getting sick of Blind Mike. Of course, this channel, Blind Molly. You go, where'd you get the name? Well, you know what? I'm legally blind. So the name seemed fine. And I like Blind Mike. So it was an homage to Blind Mike. But then I'm sitting there and I go, well, you know who else I like? I like that Crack Amico. And Crack Amico, Zach Amico, drug reference. You guys ever heard of crack? Anyways. So I go, hey, Molly, ecstasy. I used to do a lot of it. Blind Molly. Perfect. Anyways, now I hate Blind Mike. Thanks, Dalvaverse Live.
We're told that this...
And then I get busted wrestling, skateboarding, Mersh. What a fucking loser.
Was the case. Anyone
right, how do we get rid of this?
Watches the show who was not going on the cruise, like anybody who was just like watching the show, you're just
Crack Amico sucks, but so do I.
A viewer of the show. I'm gonna make it quite clear. I didn't know you. An itinerary, a guest list. I didn't have to give you a passenger manifest. As to who I was going on this cruise with, who I was spending my time. Like, that's some, like, gay, creepy, parasocial shit. When you start doing shit like that, when you start going, wow, and you didn't tell your audience who you were going with? No.
Okay. Now, this is where Mersh, to me, went a little bit astray. And I get it. What he's saying is technically true. We shouldn't care who or what he spends his time on. But realistically, he puts it out there that he's got this image that he tries to portray himself. I'm not saying that anybody but, a select few buy it. But that he's this tough guy, alpha, fucking take no prisoners guy. And look, to me, is it personally hot that he's willing to take back the bitch that fucking wronged him like that? Sure. But realistically, when you do this, do you seem like a fucking loser? Of course.
Well, I don't have to. I don't have to socially.
Fantasy versus reality is a completely different world. And whatever. Seems nuts to most of us to put up with the level of disrespect you went through.
Observer? No offense. I don't have to. There's a lot of things I do in my day-to-day life I don't have to inform you about.
That's literally not the image I portray, but go off, King. See, this is the problem, Mersh. Why are you in here? Why are you watching? And not that you don't have you can watch, of course. But like, this is just blanket criticism for any situation. It's not actually directed at you, even though it is. If you can understand that fucking I was gonna say mind fuck, but that's the wrong term. Well, one of you would figure it out, and I'm dumb. Poor Mint. Tell him what he needs to hear. It's hard though, because like I'm not. It's not my place. Me in the grand scheme of things, what I did was I told Mersh, hey, Kevin Scampoli is currently live talking about how he stole your bitch. And I see that Pod Awful is going live about how you lost your bitch. So don't kill yourself. But yeah, this is what's going on. You getting dumped at fucking 4 a.m. from I don't think things are working out. We deserve better. Yeah, you're getting fucked. Oh God. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. We're fucked. I can't. Can I find the fucking? Okay, I'm right on it. Actually, never mind.
What about those that?
Whew. If we couldn't have found the volume button on this clip, we might have gotten me stuck in a fucking drunk vortex. It just wouldn't have ended until I just quit the stream.
Donated because you broke up. Like the one night after we broke up, that was the one night I made money. We did break up. I mean, what do you want from me? I don't know. What do you want from me? It wasn't a grift. Broken up. What do you call it? So Kinoche. So you did a whole thing addressing Icedanc3's apology.
Okay, I'm going to address Mr. Panhandler until you start putting the chats on the screen. This really isn't a chat show. Okay. As a long time Johnny Crutches fan, putting the chat on the screen is the worst thing that any streamer can do.
Apology video denying you were back together.
All right, let's have some more buzz balls. Come on, get up.
And now it's no one else's business. We're not back together. Look, there's a lot of shit, right, that is either incorrect, misconstrued. Again, there is just a lot of stuff that's not correct. And really,
MGD's having a strawberry Rita. Sam Bibley says you should get a call in line. Okay, so hear me out. We're gonna address both things. Currently, the strawberry Rita that I have is getting more cold in the fridge, but I do have the coffee, and we'll pour a little bit more. Fuck it, why not? As to the call-in line, I tried to get Charlie to call in a while ago, and then he didn't pop up, and then nobody's wanted 2 cents. I would be happy to have somebody call in at some point. We just got to figure out how. It might need to be through fucking X. It might need to be through just a message. I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point. Bibley, do you want to call in?
you know, there is a bit of a difference between lying and prioritizing privacy. And at this time, yeah, it's been a private thing. Everyone has a very strong opinion about this situation. Everyone has a very strong opinion about Icedanc3. People have very strong opinions about me, very obviously. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. You don't have to hate it. You don't really have to feel anything. You know, again, this is more or less a private matter. Obviously, John decided that it shouldn't be really private anymore. It's obviously, if you guys, you know, if you knew, you knew, right? A few people knew, right?
Hello, it's me.
But you know, that's the truth about it. Truth about it is, yeah, I've spoken to her since. We've talked. We are not back together. That is obvious.
You are, but it's okay. You guys can act like you aren't back together, but you are. You are.
Obviously a situation that is very it's gonna need a lot of work and an act of God, obviously. But it's, you know, it's look, you know, it wasn't a situation I felt like giving up on, and she wasn't a person I felt like giving up on. And it wasn't a matter I really felt everybody, you know, with everybody wanting to gobble it up, I didn't really want to give into the feeding frenzy. And it is what it is. But
that I totally understand. Here's the thing. Here's the problem, Mersh. And I'm not saying that you guys can't go back to this eventually. And I would hope that you would. But you made a lot of your guys' relationship your show's fodder. Not to matter. Fuck. All right. Anyways, the problem is that you made this. There was a reason why for like 4 months everybody's joke was about how, have you guys heard that Mersh has a girlfriend? She became the show. I mean, fuck. Are we giving it away at this point? Nice Wave, hosted by Mersh. Nice Dancer. Icedanc3. That was it. That was the whole thing. That was yet everything pretty much post breakup was you trying to get this back. And a lot of people are like, I don't get it. Like, and I'm not going to say it's because, you know, like, you know, they go like, a lot of people can only can only get behind conventional attractivity. If you're, you know, the fucking Sydney Sweeney, Margot Robbie type, that's what people get behind. I get it. You had your own, you know, that's your type. She's your type. She might not be everybody's flavor, but she's your rocky road. I get it, Mersh.
Lulu Dunn, did you invite her so you could throw her over? Bro, I'm not even kidding you. I almost saw. Oh my God. Bro, I actually at one point saw a couple arguing, a black couple. By the way, I was wrong about that. A lot of blacks. I was incorrect in my assessment. I didn't think they knew about the Margaritaville, but they know. And the pools were that small. But I saw a black couple going at it, and I you know, obviously didn't.
All right, I'm wrong. Mersh is here to say it. He did the Nice Wave thing to be petty. All right, I'm wrong. All right, everything I said that went through that whole thing, take it back. That's how we roll. We don't fucking. I don't have to be right. That's the beauty here. I don't have to be right. I'm often wrong. So take it back. He did it to be petty. I actually respect that way more. Fucking point Mersh. If he did it to be petty, that's fucking even way, that's actually way cooler. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Jesus. All right. You know what? I give some respect to that. That's actually pretty baller. All right, hold on. There's a lot of chats. This is why we don't do chat shows, Mr. Panhandler. Not because not because they're invalid, but because I'm blind as shit. You know what? Hold on. Give me a second here, everybody. Oh fuck! Don't block that person. 110%, 125, 150. All right, perfect amount of whatever. Ball washer bullied by the I don't know what you're talking about. Is that me? What the fuck are you babbling about, moron? I don't know. I'm reading all the Mr. Panhandler's chats. There was somebody I missed. All right, now I made the font too big. This is the problem. I need a producer. Just kidding. Fuck you.
want to eavesdrop too, obviously, but it sounded like there was some cheating going on, some trifling shit was going on, and he was.
All right, we're talking about the blacks. Okay.
The fucking sign again, sir. Don't ever put yourself in a position to where the funny internet man can disappoint you.
Okay, so I remember this. So some guy basically said like, "Hey, you know, whatever. I'm a fan of yours, Mersh, but essentially you taking this ice dancer on the cruise, it rubs me the wrong way. She was trifling on you, and then you just took her back and brought her along with all your friends, and now Mersh is being a little kind of disingenuous about, you know, like, oh, the big bad internet man disappointed you, did he? You shouldn't have faith in me." And it's like, your whole brand is like, I'm the realest motherfucker. I don't even. Past that, what is the brand? You know, honestly, at this point, I actually don't know what the identity of the show is or should be. Because I've realistically, for the last month and a half, been watching it from like the perspective of like the man who just is sad. You're just the sad man who bemoans the love of your life.
Sure.
And I know I'm fucking wasted. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't be doing this. That was a fucking terrible fucking response.
Ever have any sort of power to where I can disappoint you, I can let you down, that you're literally letting me know right now that I can hurt you. That's gay.
He's not
hurt. You should never be disappointed. You should watch the show and laugh if you enjoy it. Tell me I'm a piece of shit if you hate watching it. Donate if you have money and you feel like you want the show to keep going. It's really simple, man.
Okay, but going back to my shit where I was like, his whole thing is that like, and I should go harder. Here's the thing. I am, just so you know, this between you and me, the person that's watching right now, like, I am holding my tongue. Don't get it twisted. This isn't just intoxication, but this is empathy at work. I'm not a good person, but I do have a heart. I don't want to just go after people for no reason. And I feel like I'm being nitpicky, but it's tiring. It's like, it's placating nonsense that gets to a point where you just go like, what are we doing here?
And the relationship is very simple, and what we're able to do for one another is very limited. And what you should never be is disappointed in me. That's gay. That's parasocial. You're online too much. I'm just being honest. We're not going to turn this into a 2-hour. I'm not going to spend 2 hours sweeping up shit because John decided to just smear shit all over the place. I don't know.
But you did, though. But you did spend your entire show talking about how much shit John drug up for you, didn't he, Mersh? Also, by the way, and look, whatever, I'm a cartoon filter. I'm a VTube filter because I'm a fucking ugly mess of a human being. And I don't like that my eyes are just like yours, Mersh. But we got to get rid of the fucking... We got to get rid of the fake voice modulator thing you got going in the background. It's actually not recording your audio. If it was recording your audio levels, that would actually be kind of like cool. But it's just like a weird filter that you have, and I don't know, we hate it.
Why he did that. Then again, everyone is entitled. I am not saying that people are not entitled to an opinion. We all are entitled to opinions. Well, Lord knows that without me and my shitty takes and my melodious voice, I wouldn't have any money in my bank account. I don't know.
Dr. Chow says that Mersh would be smart to marry Ice before she goes after somebody more clouded. I don't think they got to get married, but I'm starting to think at this point that Mersh has got to just kind of like come out and say that, like, even if he didn't know it before, but that, like, he's cool with the whole being like cucked thing. And not that there's anything wrong with that. You can still be a fucking baller. It doesn't have to fucking be the end of things, but like, I don't know. It just, all of this has been too weird. I've been in the inside. I've been listening to all the fucking bullshit. It's too much.
I don't know what to tell you, right? Gossip away. Have your opinions. Having opinions about me and my decisions is...
Men ask, how about a cage? But for who? But for who?
Is one thing. Having feelings about them, on the other hand, is gay. A dabbling Dean for 5. Have you apologized to Royce and his wife for destroying their cruise? They must be disgusted by what you did to them on their vacation with that girl. Yeah, I ruined their vacation.
Yes, you probably did.
I ruined their vacation. That's exactly what happened. I do think John was being a little dramatic, to say the least. Alpha Shane for 2. Defend your own words. I'm not back with Ice. Okay, I'll defend them right now. I'm not back with Ice.
Shut up, bitch.
I hope this helps.
It did.
Who, what, why for 2. So she's not embarrassed of you anymore. Awesome. Okay, well, that's a fair shot. Taking a shot. That is a fair one. That's a fair one. I knew the YouTube side was going to be not as nice. Alpha Shame for 5. So getting a piece is so difficult, you will forgive anything? I mean, not anything. I didn't even... Look, again, I think that this is getting very overblown. Lance Truthseeker for 5. Imholt owns you. Don't try and spin this. He did a brilliant monologue breaking down how you try to play both sides of the fence. Nice guy and cry bully. Okay, well, you know I'm not really a nice guy, right? I mean, the nice guy is the joke. And I don't really cry about being bullied. I've had pretty thick skin, my man. So I don't know what you mean by cry bully. And as far as being nice, you know, the nice, it's sort of sarcastic. I don't have time to explain jokes to you, sir. It's a joke. The me being nice thing is a joke. For $20, thank you, buddy. He said, don't listen to the negativity. Well, I mean, look, you know, if there's one thing I've learned a long time ago is that if you don't give them something, they're just gonna make shit up anyway.
All right. What shit has been made up, Mersh? The stream is ruining my usual chipper mood. If I swear to God, if I fucking zoom in closer and that's fucking Mr. Panhandler, you know what I would do? Shut the fuck up. I'm looking for the fucking Mr. Panhandler picture. Okay, I found it.
Want ride it. Told the bitch don't get out her body. Get right beside me. I'ma get in that thing, get it sliding. This bitch making me feel erotic. She gotta get on this rocket. I don't give a fuck about her mileage. And her grandma related to the whinings. Ooh, that's the shit that I like. You a church girl, bitch, you like Christ. You ain't never had probably least not this kind. I'ma fuck you all night off a perk. Off a perk back. Yeah, leave bitch with the hurt back. Where to work? Where to work at? My young niggas waking up to serve. They wanna see me do my dance in these $1,000 pants. Don't disrespect me and my mans. Baby, whole lot of choppers on your ass. Tram, we just putting dollars on your head. Snitching ass nigga gave his mama to the feds. Little brother, big brother, side I got the dress. DZ, DT, side I keep the bands. Little bitch can't keep her pussy out my hands.
All right, we're back.